can't get on there. Good afternoon. Before I start, I would like to say that with the passing of Tommy McDonald, just our thoughts and prayers go out to his family during this time. So keep the family in your prayers.
Has Alshon Jeffery been cleared for contact yet?
Not yet.
How's Rodney McLeod?
Good. Well, I say good. We're still honestly evaluating him today, probably tomorrow, and I'll probably have a better update for you on Wednesday, quite honestly. So he's still being evaluated.
The Nate?
Yeah.
With so many players who had a late start to their season, including Alshon and yesterday with Carson coming back and Jason Peters not having much of a preseason, does it feel like you know what you have yet? You know what you're going to have in October, November? Does it kind of feel like preseason still?
I think we have an idea of the personnel. Sometimes it feels like you don't know the identity maybe of your offense with those guys. You kind of have hopes and you kind of say, okay, this is what we think we have, and individually we kind of know these guys, but collectively as a unit, I think you're still working through the month of September trying to kind of figure out your identity a little bit offensively.
Is that weird? I mean, usually, unless you go to the Super Bowl, you get like that extra month for guys to get back. I mean, maybe Alshon starts game one if you guys are done in December. Is it an unusual feeling? You've been around for
it's a little unusual. But it's okay because defense. I look at it too. Defense and special teams kind of carry the load early in the season, and offense kind of plays catch up just a little bit. And then when the offense catches its stride, then you got a good thing going. And it's and the other thing is it's a long season, and we find ways to win these games early. Makes a big difference down the stretch when you start getting your guys back.
Doug, I heard you on the radio this morning mention that you spoke to the ref about the defensive holding on the line, and then you get that penalty later in the game. How strategic is that, and how do you have to sometimes hold back and kind of pick your spots to point things out to refs?
No, it's common practice. I get a chance to meet with officials before the game. I get a chance to meet with the head referee during pregame. They come over and talk. And listen, it's a tough job. And if there's something out there that we see, they want to know about it, so they can get it right. And it's not strategic. It's not, planned in any way. It's something that we we saw throughout the game and just wanted to bring it to their attention. And obviously it was a true hold on Lane, and they got it right. And so that it's not a competitive advantage other than we just want to make sure everything is officiated correctly. And if I'm sure Frank had things on their sideline too that he can talk to them about, and it's fair game, so to speak. And it's just common practice throughout the league.
Doug, when players go down a lot of times, they talk about the mental reps that they're able to take. When you look at what Carson was able to do yesterday on Sunday and what he was able to do beforehand, were you able to see any improvements maybe in his leadership or his decision-making on the field from his time off the field?
Yeah, I think that a lot of his preparation through his rehab and conditioning and just talking with players, talking with his guys, helped him yesterday. And he's such a competitor and he studies the game so well that, was it a perfect game? No. I mean, there were some flaws and there's some things that we can coach and he can get better at. But I think there was really not a big drop, in what maybe people had expected, but at the same time, it's about what we expected, and now we go up from here, and it was a great game for him to play in, obviously, but I think his time on the sideline, big picture, definitely helps, and it helps moving forward.
Because he is such a young quarterback, where do you see the most room for improvement in his overall game?
Well, I think it just continues he continues to grow with just the situational things, in the game, and he brings such a competitive impact to our offense and a toughness and things you want to see. I mean, the third down scramble for the first down obviously are great plays. The 3rd and 9 scramble to Nelson are great plays, and those are things that we know he can do, and then at the same time, we just want to make sure that one, we're coaching him properly, and he's seeing things properly to maintain. Because we talk about situational ball all the time, and it's it's short yardage at goal line, it's third down, it's red zone, it's all those situations that pop up, and he continues to grow there, and we just continue to teach and continue to progress, and I think too, we're all learning every day, every week. Players, coaches, we all continue to grow, and that's where he's at, and he can continue to get better.
Doug, we expect to have Alshon practicing fully this week, and the reason I ask is because you guys had him listed as questionable heading into the game. So does that mean he's pretty close to?
He's getting close. He's getting close. So we'll get him in the mix again a little bit more this week, and see where he's at health-wise. Yeah.
When you look at Jalen Mills, obviously a couple of penalties, the big play down in Tampa on the first play, but then you see the tackling, the physical play, pass breakups. What's your takeaway from his overall level of play these first few weeks?
Jalen has actually been playing extremely well. The flags yesterday, obviously, he's got to get his offhand. He's got a right or left hand that's going for the ball. That the offhand is in a position where he's hooking. He just got to be cognizant of that and aware of that and try to get it off. But he's always in position. Seems like he's right there to make the play. He's physical. He's tough. He can come up and make tackles. I mean, he's been solid, quite honestly, at the corner position. Gives you stability on both sides with he and Darby. So, again, a young player that's going to continue the more snaps, just get better and better. He's going to understand, the game a little bit more and his technique, and really provide a spark defensively from time to time with pass breakups.
What about his ability to, when he does give up a play, to kind of forget about it? How important is that for a young corner?
I think with any athlete, any player, especially a young player, the quicker you can forget about it and move on, the better you're going to be, and he can do that. He can really, whether it's a flag or a pass or something, that he can just forget about it and move on.
When you start a game in no huddle, are you giving Carson control at the line of scrimmage? Is it still the scripted plays? How do those things kind of work hand in hand in a game like that?
Yeah, the first play is scripted that we want to start with, but after that, it's just it's me just calling plays into Carson based on what we want to do and how we want to attack, and then we did have a kill system built in, so he could manage the run game a little bit that way. But definitely wanted to start the game no huddle that way for him.
Mike Wallace, you were down a deep threat, and you drafted Shelton Gibson to sort of fill that kind of role. So why is it that Shelton can't get on the field?
Well, right now we're just, without getting into a lot of scheme stuff, we just felt better yesterday with some of our 12 personnel, some of our 13 personnel, kept them in base defense. They did jump into nickel a little bit because then we were in our 12 and 13 personnel being able to run the football. So it's just the way the game kind of unfolded just a little bit. Shelton's a young player that's continuing to grow and get better with the offense. And we had a package of plays for him yesterday, just didn't get to him.
How were Carson's checks when he did go to the run?
How were they?
Yeah.
They were good. Yeah, they were good.
Did he have to do it a lot in the game?
No, not really. I say a lot. I mean, it's just the structure of the defense allowed him to get from one side to the other based on the front and the coverage and stuff we prepare and work on all week. So he was good with
To
them.
the side, you mean he would change the direction?
Left to right, yeah, right to left.
How did you feel about your young running backs, the way they played yesterday?
I thought they both played extremely well, extremely tough. All three of them really put Josh in the mix too with a couple of carries that he had. But Corey and Wendell both core special teams players, and then turn around and play offense, and it's tough to do. And both these guys did a great job, and Wendell runs hard, runs tough. Corey the same way. They're young players. They continue to learn. They continue to grow, get better each week, and it's good to see.
Are you expecting to get a Jay? Progress have they made in terms of the pass game, both as receivers and blockers?
Really well. They're smart guys. Deuce does a great job preparing these guys. During the week with protection is tough because we got so many different protections in the course of a game, and just understanding where. And it all starts with obviously the center, the quarterback, where we point and all that. But they're real sharp, and they know how to either break off a route, and go get their protection, or just flat out go get their guy, and they do a really good job.
The offensive line
Gave up 5 sacks, several pressures. What were some of the issues you had in the protection?
It's a little both. Meaning can be the quarterback a little bit. There's really three things. One, offensive line gets beat, sack happens. Second one is quarterback hangs on to the ball or tries to scramble, gets sacked. Or the third one is just a flat out coverage. They got you wired and you're trying to extend the play. So a little bit all three of those actually yesterday with the 5 sacks, and a couple of situations maybe you just throw the ball away and skip it and not put yourself in that situation. But they're all teachable, they're all correctable, and we'll learn from them.
Follow up on that.
Yeah.
Are some of those on Carson that he doesn't need to get rid of the ball maybe?
Yeah, and that's what I said. I mean, there's some on the line, there's some on the quarterback, and there's some on the defense. So it's all 3 phases really affect sacks. Yeah.
4-yard pass to Smallwood. He was out of the backfield. You had some jet sweep action. What made that play work, and why did Wendell find space down the field?
Yeah, it was just a play that we actually have had in our playbook since last year and didn't really get to it. But it's opportunity with the jet sweep. A lot of teams, and we run a lot of jet sweep action, and it really just buys their eyes defensively on the jet sweep action just a little bit, and allowed Wendell to slip past the defender, down the seam, and we caught him in the right coverage, and it was a great catch, great throw, great catch by Wendell.
Doug, one of the hallmarks of this team the last couple of years has been guys coming off the bench who haven't played much or at all and playing well. What do you do, and what do your assistants do to kind of keep guys involved during the week and also on game day who aren't playing, so when they do go in, they're ready?
Yeah, I think we do a great job. My assistants do a great job in practice during the week, giving these guys reps. Just examples with the running backs. If Jay and Darren don't practice, then obviously Corey and Wendell and Josh, they all take reps in practice. So we simulate the game best we can in practice. If Jason Peters can't go, Big V gets those reps, or you're getting Isaac center reps or whatever it is, and you just keep preparing these guys each week. And same way on defense, you're getting the young guys in there to play, and that's the only way they can get better, because a lot of times practice reps is all they get. They don't get many snaps, if any, in a game. So it's a credit to the assistant coaches to prepare everybody, and not just the starters.
Are you expecting to get Ajayi or Sproles or both back this week?
Yeah, they're both day-to-day right now. We'll evaluate them again on tomorrow when the players are in and see. But I would expect, barring any setbacks, that they would both be available.
Played so much in the first 3 weeks, 87% of the snaps. Is that sustainable?
Yeah.
He can do it.
Sure.
He played
Why not?
significantly less than that last year.
He's playing extremely well. I think too, with Derek Barnett, and some of the rushes that he's getting, Chris Long playing well, I think it just helps Fletcher. Halodi's in there taking some load, so it's a combination of guys that can allow Fletcher to have the success, and then it's just him. It's just his want to. It's his will to be a dominant defensive tackle, and that's what you're seeing right now.
On Carson's 2 turnovers, what did the film show you? On Carson's 2 turnovers, what did the film show you?
Well, the first one just eyed up Zach, just stared him down. Just can't do that. Just brought the defender right there. Just a poor decision. And the second one, just getting ready to throw, so he was separating, and ball, his arm got hit by their 6'8" defensive tackle, and just got out. So, try to learn from him, move on. Okay, thanks.